Have you ever had a psychic reading that's never come true? Or are you like me and had shed loads of psychic readings that never came true? If so, this video is for you. So I went through a period of having psychic readings quite a lot, like tarot, card readings, intuitive readings, mediumship readings, and I can kind of look back and recognise the reason why I had all these readings was because I wasn't entirely happy in my reality, I suppose. I was desperately seeking something outside of me to both make me happy and validate myself, and that's why I used to have psychic readings. I can look back as both somebody that received lots of readings but also gave lots of readings. I don't know how many tarot readings I did when I did tarot back in the day. Gosh, hundreds, I suppose. And I can look back, and like most people that kind of walked through my door for a reading were lost, were desperately seeking something outside of themselves to make them happy. They weren't happy in their reality. That's kind of my take on my own experience of why I had readings and why I feel people that came to me at the time had readings. And you know, the thing about tarot, it's fortune telling. It's giving people answers about what their future might look like. And when you're living in the future, you're kind of not grounded in your 5D reality, like 5D as in now. This is the only time that truly exists. I found, both again my own experience and having done readings in the past, kind of like if somebody was quite depressed, it's because they were living in the past. And people who, including myself, I used to have awful anxiety. I used to be medicated for my anxiety. It's because I was worried about the future, scenario planning in my head what the future might look like, and when actually what I had to do was embody the time that's real, which is now. I learnt tarot with a very good tarot reader who's local to me, and I remember asking her, you know, you did this reading for me, not one part of it came true. And I remember her telling me, oh, the timelines have changed, that's why, or, you know, it just hasn't happened yet. Tarot, you need to give it up to 3 years for it to happen. Well, we're like 5 years later, and none of it happened. So I'm just curious, if you're watching this, is this something that you can relate to? Now, the type of reading that did really work for me has been past life readings and Akashic readings. So Akashic readings are accessing your Akashic records, and it's like a type of past life reading, and they're the readings that really kind of clicked for me. They help me understand. There's a helicopter going by, hopefully you can hear me. The joys of doing these sort of videos in the moment in your garden. So my beautiful hydrangea plant, I love this time of year so much. I kind of like know for myself, accessing my Akashic records and having past life readings, both reading myself and receiving readings from others, really helped me understand who am I. They weren't focused on what might happen, and that's what I try to kind of aim for, really, or that's kind of what I strive for in my past life readings and Akashic readings. It's not so much telling somebody about what might happen, it's much more about who are they, where did their soul come from, because the chances are it wasn't from Earth. If you're watching this, the chances are your soul isn't from Earth, it's from much farther away, somewhere in the stars, somewhere like Lyra, Vega, the Pleiades. And once I really understood the journey that my soul had been on, it started to help make sense of everything else that had happened in my life. And once I had that understanding, I was able to recognize like patterns, repeated patterns that had been happening over and over again. And once I was able to understand those patterns, once I was able to do the clearing, do the healing, I have been really able to manifest the things that I want. I mean, there's more to be done, of course, it's never ending, but I've been able to manifest a much happier, embodied life, not so much living in the past, definitely not worried about the future, what may or may not happen. So I just wanted to kind of share that, really. Controversially, my belief based on my own experience and people I've spoken to is, if you're a higher vibrational, kind of, you've done a lot of the work, whether you're conscious of it or not, kind of future prediction readings, in my opinion, which is my opinion, and if you're watching this and you disagree, that's absolutely fine, they're quite 3D, really. That's kind of like my thoughts. So I part of me feels that more like fortune telling readings never work for me, because perhaps the reader wasn't able to read me, because they can't, this is very different energy. Like old souls, star seeds, light workers, in my experience, find it much harder to find a good tarot reader. And I think a big part of that is because, like I said, their energy can't be read. But actually, perhaps this is more of a case of you manifesting your dharma, manifesting your purpose, manifesting all those amazing things that your soul signed up for in this incarnation. And can you get those from a traditional 3D-ish tarot reading? I'm not so sure. Or maybe I just have been really unlucky and all the readers that I saw over the years, all these amazing tarot readers, I was unlucky. Would love to know your thoughts. I'm not here to diss what people do. I know some amazing tarot readers that do amazing work helping people, but for me, just never worked. And I know I'm not the only one out there, so I wanted to share. I would love to know what you think of this, and if you like what I've shared, please give me a subscribe, and thank you for watching.